My name is Blake Hawthorne. I'm the clerk of the Supreme Court of Texas. We're about to get underway, so if you could please go to your seats, we would appreciate it. Welcome to the induction ceremony for new members of the State Bar of Texas. Before we begin, I have just a few housekeeping matters to go over. In order to be enrolled as a member of the State Bar, you must complete the online registration process. Once you've registered, the award group will send you an email with instructions on how to claim your wall certificate and, if you so choose, how to order a frame for your certificate. The State Bar will mail your bar card to you separately. If you have not yet registered, please go to the State Bar's website and register. Also, by order of the Supreme Court of Texas, you must complete the Justice James A. Baker Guide to the Basics of Law Practice, which is administered by the Texas Center for Legal Ethics. You can register and take the course online if you've not already done so. Now, if you will turn to the back of your program, you will see the oath that you will take today. The oath in your program is yours to keep. By statute, it must be affixed to your license. I recommend that you frame your license and affix the oath to the back of the frame. That concludes our housekeeping matters, and the courts will be out shortly. All rise. Oyez, oyez, oyez. The Honorable, the Supreme Court of Texas, and the Honorable, the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas. All persons having business before the Honorable, the Supreme Court of Texas, and the Honorable, the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas, are admonished to draw near and give their attention, for the courts are now sitting. God save the state of Texas and these honorable courts.
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Nathan Heck, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Texas.
And I'm Sharon Keller, Presiding Judge of the Court of Criminal Appeals. The Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals welcome you. Our two courts convene in this special joint session to celebrate the 536 women and men who have passed the February bar examination.
All of us honor these men and women, lawyers at last. This ceremony is a time for rejoicing for them, their wives, husbands, parents, children, and yes, their creditors. The ceremony will be short, but I trust meaningful. We will hear from the President of the State Bar of Texas, the President of the Texas Young Lawyers Association, and to give the response of your class, the person who scored the highest on the bar exam.
Before we hear from them, we want to acknowledge the representatives of the Texas Law Schools who have joined us today. All the Texas Law Schools are represented here by their deans or their representatives. They honor us and you with their presence. Would you all please stand and be recognized? Please give them a round of applause.
This ceremony would not be possible without the hard work and dedication of our staff, the State Bar of Texas, and the Board of Law Examiners. We thank all of you for making this ceremony a success. Would you all please stand and be recognized? Please give them a round of applause. In Texas, all lawyers are members of the State Bar. I now call upon Cindy V. Tisdale, President of the State Bar of Texas, to welcome each of you to the legal profession. President Tisdale.
Thank you, Chief Justice, Chief Judge, justices, judges, and newly licensed attorneys. Woo! Yeah. And those that have supported the newly licensed attorneys throughout their journey. I am Cindy Tisdale. I'm the 143rd President of the State Bar of Texas. And welcome to the profession. I want to talk to you a little bit about what to expect after thousands of hours, dozens of tests. How many questions were you called on in class? Yeah, let's not even think about that, right? You took the bar exam, passed the bar exam, and now you're here. I am so thrilled to be with you today. I can remember, I will say this out loud, almost 30 years ago being in your seat and scared to death because what awaited me, right? And it's just the beginning and there's nothing to be scared of. By taking this oath today, you're going to become one of the approximately 114,000 licensed attorneys in the state of Texas. Isn't that's 114,000. But let me tell you a little bit about the bar. The best thing about this bar is that we're self-governing. We are the ones that get to discipline ourselves, we regulate ourselves, and that is so important. We want to make sure that we maintain our self-regulation. So becoming a part of the bar, being active in the bar is essential, and I hope every single one of you do that. If you are a first-generation lawyer, wave your hand. I am. Congratulations to all of you. Yes. And for you newly licensed attorneys, I can't stress this enough. If you have someone in your community that you can reach out to help you, to mentor you, please do so. It's all the stuff you didn't learn in law school that you need to know about, right? And that's what your mentor can teach you. And I would really recommend doing some reverse mentoring. So I won't call this older, but the not newly licensed attorneys, the more seasoned attorneys, that sounds better, right? The more seasoned attorneys, do some reverse mentoring. Teach us about AI. Teach us about the things that we don't know about in the technology world. And so reach out to an attorney, don't hesitate. If the first one says no, okay, ask someone else. Says no, ask someone else, because I promise someone's going to say yes, and that's going to be invaluable to you. A little bit about the State Bar and our mission statement. I want to go through this with you because, again, this is going to be your bar. Our mission is to support the administration of the legal system, to assure all citizens equal access to justice, foster high standards of ethical conduct for lawyers, enable its members to better serve their clients and the public, educate the public about the rule of law, and promote diversity in the administration of justice and the practice of law. That's a high standard to meet, and I hope we meet it every single day and that you will too, being a member of this bar. The State Bar leadership and staff are always working to generate programs that are going to help Texas lawyers. I want to talk to you just very quickly about a few of these that might help you. First of all, if you go onto the texasbar.com, we have a contract with FastCase. Now, going through law school, you get a free, Westlaw, you get all that for free and do all of your research for free, right? Now, wow, all of a sudden you don't get it for free anymore. Well, the State Bar has a contract with FastCase, so you can get all of that legal research still for free. We have a docket alarm system, so you can get emails that let you know about new cases that have come out in your area of law. So look at that. We have a career center where you can post your resumes and look for positions. If you are concerned and have an ethics question, we have an ethics helpline. You can call an 800 number, and there's someone that will walk you through the rules and help you come to that answer. We have new business leads through the Lawyer Referral and Information Service, where if somebody calls the bar looking for an attorney in your area, they can refer that client to you. We have online practice management tools. Especially if you're going out on your own and solo, you might need some of those tools, so look at that. And many, many other useful programs, so please look at that. The last thing I want to talk to you about is an initiative I had this year, because I'll tell you what, this is exciting. I'm excited for you. But the practice of law can be difficult some days. We take on our clients' problems, right? That's what we do as lawyers. We take on our clients' problems. If any of you are ever feeling overwhelmed or stressed, we want to make sure we're backing you up. We have a great program called the Texas Lawyers Assistance Program, and it provides help to those that are having mental health issues, drug addiction, or alcohol issues. Don't hesitate to call that number because it is confidential. If you or a colleague you know is needing that help, please don't hesitate to call, and don't hesitate because you're worried about your law license. The State Bar does not know of those calls. But secondly, I'm very proud to announce we have an initiative this year, and we've partnered with BetterHelp.com. It's an online platform counseling service. So they have agreed to give every licensed attorney in Texas, which you're now one month free counseling and 15% off thereafter. You go through texasbar.com/benefits. You'll get the code to do that. And again, okay, why are you sitting up there telling me how hard this job's going to be? And I haven't started it yet, Cindy. Because I want that in the back of your head, because it can be difficult. It is so rewarding. I can tell you what, I love my job. I love what I do. I love being a lawyer. I love advocating for my clients. But there are some days that I need some help, and I want to make sure you know about that help because it's out there if you do need it. So I'm going to end that here, but I want to again welcome you to what I consider the best profession in the world. And thank you so much for having me this morning, and congratulations.
Thank you, President Tisdale, and thanks to the State Bar for helping to instill high standards of professionalism in Texas lawyers. Texas has an extraordinarily active, nationally acclaimed association of young lawyers. Here to welcome you as attorneys is Laura Pratt, President of the Texas Young Lawyers Association. President Pratt.
Mr. Chief Judge, Madam Presiding Judge, and may it please the court, counsel, and all their esteemed family and friends. My name is Laura Pratt. I'm an of-counsel litigator at the law firm of Sprouse, Schrader Smith in Amarillo, but thanks to the recent surge in remote lawyering, I actually live and work and practice law mostly in Lubbock. Let me begin with the most important thing I can say. Congratulations. As president of the Texas Young Lawyers Association, I am so honored to be a part of this ceremony today and this incredible celebration of your success. I'd like to share a quote with you. Stand up and be counted for what you're about to receive. We are the dealers and will give you everything you need. For those about to rock, we salute you. Anyone recognize it? Yeah, well, it probably predates most of you young lawyers, and me for that matter. For those about to rock, we salute you is a song by the Australian hard rock band AC/DC. The song was poetically inspired by the historical salute given by gladiators at the Colosseum. The ancient salute to Caesar was like the statement of defeat and impending death, but AC/DC turned it into this grand call to greatness. Several years ago, I was honored by my law school classmates to give remarks at our December graduation ceremony. I made special effort to include my classmates in my speech, allowing each of them to finish the line, "For those who," and express their gratitude to all the special guests that were in attendance. One inspired classmate boldly submitted the AC/DC line, and because my father was a huge classic rock fan, it stuck. What was meant more of a joke honestly became the closing to my speech and my heartfelt salute to all my fellow classmates and fellow future lawyers, one that I echo today for our newest lawyers. And just like the song says, while the State Bar of Texas and 2ILA can't likely give you everything you need, we are committed to giving you as much support as we can in your practice. The Texas Young Lawyers Association is a division of the State Bar of Texas. With over 40,000 members, we are one of the largest young lawyer divisions across the nation. Our TYLA Board of Directors assists the State Bar in furthering its mission in the facilitation of the administration of justice, fostering respect for the rule of law, and most prominently, advancing the role of lawyers in serving the public. Every year, TYLA reviews, creates, publishes projects, and then it develops, organizes, and shares programming for lawyers and the public to improve the quality of legal services and the functioning of our legal system. As a newly licensed lawyer, you are automatically a member in the Texas Young Lawyers Association. You are now part of TYLA. And more importantly than that, a big part of our purpose is to help you in your practice. So, with over 120 different resources available from TYLA, I don't have the time to discuss everything that could be helpful to you, but I want to make sure I just mention a couple. First, TYLA's checklist for first-year attorneys, kind of appropriate. It includes information with QR codes for your mandatory requirements in your first year of practice, along with some helpful information and other recommendations. It also includes our social media handles, so you can stay up to date on all our projects and goings-on. The second is our TYLA podcasts. TYLA has put together several different series of podcasts to help you in your practice. My current favorite is our Practice Areas 101, where we answer all the questions that attorneys commonly get asked. What type of law do you practice? Right now, we're actually working on finalizing another great series discussing civility and the Texas Lawyers Creed and why professionalism and civility is so important in the practice of law. And it's a great resource for you to check out. These projects are all available to you at our table in the foyer after the ceremony. So please come say hello, grab one of our TYLA at-a-glance handouts. There's a lot more information about TYLA projects out there. So look us up online, tyla.org, and follow us on social media. With that, I know I don't have cannons or 21-gun salute, or even the epic guitar riffs of AC/DC behind me. But I promise my sentiment for you today is exactly the same. Your oath today is an anthem for honor and justice all across this state. The law cannot stand without your commitment to uphold it. And just in case, that joy and the excitement of today fades over the next few months and years to come, please remember, you rock. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Pratt, and thanks to the Texas Young Lawyers Association for its service to the bar and to the public. It's customary for the person who made the highest score on the bar examination to respond for your class. Before I introduce her, I will recognize the two persons who received the third and second highest scores. All three are women, for only the second time in the past 10 years. The third highest score was Natalie Drott, a 2023 graduate of Baylor Law School. Ms. Drott. The second highest score was Haley Standridge, just graduated 3 days ago from Regent University School of Law. Ms. Standridge. The highest score was posted by a 2024 graduate of Harvard Law School, Catherine Strickland. Ms. Strickland, you may respond for your class. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Strickland.
Thank you to Chief Justice Heck, Presiding Judge Keller, justices and judges. Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak today. I must admit, receiving Justice Busby's call with news of my score came as quite a shock. In the moment, the only words I could think to say were the ever so eloquent, but you're kidding, right? Don't worry, I aim to be slightly more articulate this morning. Passing the Texas bar exam is such an immense accomplishment. I know we have all taken different paths on our individual journeys to get here today. For some of us, this was our first time taking any bar exam, and for others, this may have been a second, third, or fourth attempt. Some of you may be barred elsewhere and are now transferring into Texas, and if so, welcome. I know many of us had to balance our studies with work obligations, family responsibilities. Perhaps you had to battle an illness or navigate a disability. Regardless of the path that brought you here, congratulations. As Elle Woods would say, we did it. We made the necessary sacrifices, we learned the endless rules and mnemonic devices, and we conquered that exam. For any listening who may not have been successful on this go-round, we know this is just a temporary hurdle on your path, and we're all cheering you on. Personally, attending this ceremony this morning has made my journey come full circle. About 11 years ago, an 18-year-old version of myself walked onto this campus, eager to embrace life as a Longhorn and thrilled to join the Texas cycling team. A mere 6 weeks later, on a morning training ride, a car struck me from behind, breaking my neck and paralyzing my body. In those early days, finishing my bachelor's degree suddenly felt impossible, to say nothing of trying to get into law school and pass a bar exam. Certainly, my path grew more difficult. I now had to contend with ableism and a physical environment that simply was not designed for people like me. Even as I became an advocate for myself, I know I could not have succeeded without the support of family, friends, some professors, employers, and others who were all willing to think inclusively and to work with me to implement greater accessibility at every step of the way. But that's just the thing, isn't it? None of us got here alone. We are the product of all of those who've come before us, those who've opened doors for us, and those who've encouraged us even when our paths felt impossible. To all of our friends and family celebrating with us today, thank you. Fellow inductees, I hope you, yes, please clap, please. Fellow inductees, I hope you will take some time in the coming days to continue acknowledging and appreciating everyone who made today possible for you. In closing, I want to recognize the dual significance of today. In many ways, this is an ending. Today, we are finally getting out of all of those long nights we spent studying, trying to get through law school and the bar exam. But today is also an exciting new beginning, because today we become Texas attorneys. As any fellow Longhorns out there will know, on this campus we have a saying, what starts here changes the world. I hope each and every one of you will use the power and the privilege we are gifted as attorneys to effect positive change, to pursue justice, to serve our communities, to support each other, and to promote inclusion and agency for all. Thank you.
We have come at last to the moment for which you've been waiting. Mr. Carlos Soltero from the Board of Law Examiners will present to the court a list of the successful examinees. Mr. Soltero.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, Mr. Chief Justice, Madam Presiding Judge, and members of the courts. As of this date, the persons whose names are on the list I am presenting have successfully passed the February 2024 Texas Bar Examination or have otherwise satisfied the requirements for licensing in the rules governing admission to the Bar of Texas. May I approach the bench?
Please. Thank you. It is now my privilege to administer to you the lawyer's oath. The first part of the oath is very old and has been taken by every lawyer in Texas. With it, you swear to do three things: to support the United States and Texas constitutions, to honestly demean yourselves in the practice of the law, and to discharge your duties to your clients to the best of your ability. In 2015, the 84th legislature added a fourth part to the oath: that you will conduct yourselves with integrity and civility in dealing and communicating with the court and all parties. While this has always been a lawyer's responsibility, the words have been added to solemnize the Texas lawyer's dedication to these ideals affirmed in the Texas Lawyers' Creed. I charge you to recall, in all your practice, the words of the oath you take today. You should repeat them after me, stating your name where I state mine. You may choose to substitute the word affirm for the word swear and to omit the last line. Please stand. And raise your right hands. I, Nathan Heck, do solemnly swear that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state, that I will honestly demean myself in the practice of the law, that I will discharge my duties to my clients to the best of my ability, and that I will conduct myself with integrity and civility in dealing and communicating with the court and all parties. So help me God. Congratulations. Congratulations to each of you. We're proud to welcome you into the profession. The State Bar will provide refreshments for you, your family, and friends immediately following these ceremonies on level 3, the next level up. Information booths have been set up by the State Bar to explain the many services available to you that you've heard about this morning. From this day forward, you are the voice and instrument for the rule of law. Whether you are prosecuting or defending an individual charged with transgressions against society, representing a party in a civil dispute, drafting a contract, a deed, or will, or giving other legal advice to a client, everything you do contributes to a republic in which the rights of life, liberty, and property have displaced reliance on class, heredity, wealth, and military might. You therefore have a special responsibility not only to those you represent, but to our profession and to this great experiment in democracy. I hope your practice will be meaningful and that, in the words of the great Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes, you will live greatly in the law. Congratulations again on this milestone, and thanks to everyone for joining us in this celebration. This special session of the Supreme Court of Texas and the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas is now concluded, and the clerk will adjourn the courts.
All rise. Oyez, oyez, oyez. The Honorable, the Supreme Court of Texas, and the Honorable, the Court of Criminal Appeals of Texas now stand adjourned. Congratulations to you all. Let the celebration begin.